Good morning, friends. I just want to talk to you today about diagnosis and pastoral counseling versus secular counseling, and how we're different, how we're unique. Did you know that with pastoral counseling, you don't have to worry about labels? Also, you don't have to be in crisis to talk to a pastoral counselor. If you are looking for a way to just get through a one time event, you can set up to call me, or I can call you, and we can set that up and we can actually discuss for an hour what your situation is and what might be the best course of action. And I can teach you how to find the best way. I have some tools that I can help you with. And when we make good decisions and we seek wise counsel before we move, what happens is we don't get into crisis. When we don't get into crisis, then we never need a diagnosis. Now, one thing that happens with a lot of times with the diagnosing is you have someone who maybe was abused as a child, or they went through a trauma, maybe they lived through a car wreck, and this has caused stress and anxiety. And they go somewhere, and immediately there's a pill that's given, or they immediately are labeled with something. Well, that's not really the best course of action, because it isn't fair for a child who was abused to be labeled as someone who is defective. That's not fair in our psychological system. In the DSM, for example, insurance requires that to be paid, you have to use the DSM, which is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. And this is a requirement across all of the state licensed counselors. Now, our license is different. It's a national license, it's a pastoral license. It's something that Tennessee has allowed because they see the importance that not everyone needs a label. Now, if you are dealing with a serious mental health crisis that does need a label and does need medication, I want you to get to some proper care. Now, you can come to us and we can assess if you need help further than what we can give you. Most of the time, we will send you to your medical doctor to be assessed there. And we have a lot of doctors now that are understanding that what we do is important. We've had doctors refer us from as far as way as Kentucky. If they have a client who's going through cancer or something, they see that we have 5-star reviews. They see the benefit of them being the ones to give the meds and to do the diagnosing as far as what's going on there, whether it's severe anxiety or depression, and then having the option of not just letting the pill do all the work, but letting them talk with someone who can truly help them dislodge what is going on in their heart and their mind and their soul. That's what we do. That's what all counselors do. And just so you know, most counselors are really in it to help you. It's all about the fit. It's about your heart language. So if you speak a heart language where God is close to you, and you go to someone where it's not close to them and they're not free to speak to you in that way, or they have different beliefs, then it doesn't click. The same thing is true is if you come to a pastoral counselor and that is just not your thing, well, we're going to back up from that just a little bit, just to let you know that we care for you as a person. It is not about whether you have a relationship or a religion. We're not about religion at all. We want to establish a relationship with you. And then we want to be able to have the beauty of an exchange of an idea. So, for example, I might ask my clients when they come in, what do you put your standards on? Where do your standards lie for your life? In other words, how are you going to live your life? And where do you get that information as to how to line that up? I have some answers. It's worked very good for 30 years. And there's a ghost back there. No, it's the little kitty. But you know what? You can even come in to see a pastoral counselor if you just have one event you want to talk about. You don't have to be in crisis to come and see a counselor at Beautifully Broken Counseling. You just need to go to our website and see the blue button that says Contact Us/intake form. Fill that out. It's not a contract. You don't put your credit card information in. You choose each week if you will come back the next week. We leave all this to you. You know, in the last few years, almost every bit of freedom has been in question. It has been very difficult for us. Do we wear a mask? Do we not wear a mask? Do we get the shot? Do we not get the shot? I know all these things are taboo, but with pastoral counseling, we were free to stay open. We were free to do what we needed to do during this time. And we didn't ask questions about where you are on that, what you believe. It's not our business. There's been so much freedom stripped from us. We want to give you back freedom in your mental health. You know yourself better than anyone else. If you believe that you can talk through something and you don't want meds, you should be given that opportunity. If that's the case, we want to help you. If you believe you need meds, then you should be able to say to your counselor, look, I think I need something to go along with what we're doing here. There are so many internal things that are going on in people right now that are causing them to feel anxious. We are in an anxious time. But that does not mean that you need a mental health diagnosis. We just want to talk. We want to listen. We want to help. If you have even just one event that's coming up that you want good counsel on so you don't make the wrong decision, you can actually fill out the intake form at beautifullybrokencounseling.com and ask for Dr. Cathy on the phone. And I will call you. We will set up a time. And at that appointed time, I'll take care of an invoice with you. And it comes to your email. It's no struggle. I give you a call and we talk about your situation. You are going to get a full hour of my attention. I am going to listen and I am going to apply all the wisdom that I have gathered thus far. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you, I want to think about this one a little bit more. So if we can help you, you don't have to get into crisis. Your families do not have to be into crisis. You can actually call us up and say, hey, we just want to bring our family in and we want to learn some really good communication skills. We want to learn some good coping skills. Come in and talk to us. There's never a contract. You never have to give us your credit card number. We can swipe in the office or we can send you an invoice. You can do cash or check. No one's going to ask you to wear a mask. No one's going to say anything if you wear a mask. No one's going to ask you if you had the shot. No one's going to say anything if you didn't have the shot. It doesn't matter to us. What matters is that you are a human being who is in a place where you need some advice and you're hurting or you don't want to hurt because something's coming up. We can help you with all of that. Give us a try. We have 5-star reviews and we have some PhDs and some PhDs on the way. We are trained. We are not just your local Sunday school teacher who just happens to love people. We are fully trained, we are fully equipped, and we are fully ready. Our offices are like inviting places where you would go to someone that you just want to spend a long time with. The one thing we hear from all of our clients is, this is the quickest hour of my week. So if we can help you, we would love to help you. It is an amazing journey to take control of your own mental health. It's also refreshing when someone says to you, I can understand why this hurts. That in itself is very healing. So call us at 615-332-4389 or look us up at beautifullybrokencounseling.com and fill out that intake form. It won't cost you anything to do that. It's not a contract. You fill it out, a counselor calls, you have a little talk, you say yes, you say no, no big deal. And then after the session, then they say, well, if you want to see me again, you'll have to get on my calendar. But they're not going to beg you. There's not going to be a hard sell. They're going to invite you. And that's what we need today. We need a little bit more inviting. So I'm inviting you to check us out and visit us. We can help you walk through some of the hard things in life without a diagnosis. And if you need a diagnosis, we will help you get one through your doctor or referring you out to some of our people that we know that do diagnosis. Thank you, and you have a great day. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.